Once upon a time, in a distant land, deep within a magical forest, there stood an old tree. This tree was taller and older than all the others, harboring many secrets within its ancient trunk. Over time, the trunk of the old tree had grown so large that it housed tiny creatures, fairies, and even talking animals. The forest was called the Enchanted Forest, a place only the bravest of hearts could venture into. Right next to the Enchanted Forest, there was a small village. The children of the village always gazed towards the forest, eager to explore its magical world. However, the elders of the village warned them, telling tales of the dangers of entering the forest and how they could disrupt its secrets. The children listened to these stories with great curiosity, dreaming of one day exploring the forest. One day, Ella, one of the bravest children of the village, decided to explore the Enchanted Forest. Ella was a courageous girl, filled with dreams of becoming a hero. She quietly left her home early in the morning and set out towards the forest. The rays of the sun filtered through the tall trees, illuminating the surroundings like a fairy tale. As Ella stepped into the forest, she couldn't believe her eyes. It was filled with colorful flowers, bright butterflies, and even talking animals. Before long, she encountered a squirrel. The squirrel offered to show Ella the mystical places deeper within the forest. They journeyed together, venturing into unknown parts of the forest. Deep within, there was a river, its waters as clear as crystal. Water fairies danced along its banks, while colorful fish swam downstream. Ella was enchanted by the beauty before her. During their journey, Ella encountered a wizard living in the forest. Though initially intimidating, the wizard turned out to be the guardian of the forest. The wizard taught Ella about the secrets and history of the forest. They learned how the forest needed to be protected, how the creatures lived in harmony, and how vital the forest was to the village. Ella learned much from this adventure. She realized that the forest was not just a place of adventure, but also a source of life that needed to be preserved. As the sun began to set, Ella bid farewell to the wizard and her new friends, returning to her village. When she returned to the village, Ella's eyes sparkled. That night, she told her family and friends of her adventures. Her stories captivated everyone in the village, increasing their respect for the forest. From that day on, a bond of friendship and respect formed between the villagers and the forest inhabitants. Following Ella's courage and the magic of the Enchanted Forest, a bridge was built between the village and the forest, and everyone understood that living in harmony with nature was the greatest treasure. After Ella's adventure, the children in the village became even more curious about the Enchanted Forest. However, this time, learning from Ella's experiences, they decided to explore the forest more consciously and respectfully. Thus, the children formed an exploration group under Ella's leadership. The group pledged to discover the secrets of the Enchanted Forest while ensuring they caused no harm to nature. One autumn morning, Ella and her friends set out on their exploration. Each child brought small gifts, hoping to communicate friendly with the forest creatures. This time, they headed towards an unexplored area of the forest. As they walked, they observed how the forest changed. The trees grew taller, the shadows darker, and the sounds more mysterious. As they ventured deeper, the chirping of a bird drew them towards a certain direction. Guided by this sound, they arrived at a hidden valley at the heart of the forest. In the valley, lush greenery and tall trees surrounded a shimmering pond, as if opening the door to another world. By the pond, there was a surprise waiting for them, and legendary creature spoken of in the old tales of the forest, yet unseen by anyone, a mythical forest dragon named Felin. Phelan, despite his large size, was a graceful creature, his body adorned with colors, blending seamlessly with the surrounding flora. The children were initially afraid, but Ela bravely approached, showing their intentions of friendship. Phelan explained to the children that he lived deep within the forest and only revealed himself to those with good intentions. He was the guardian of the forest, but now, in his old age, he needed new guardians. The dragon taught the children about protecting the forest and living in harmony with nature. Ayla and her friends learned many things from Phelan: the language of nature, the healing properties of plants, and ways to maintain the balance of the forest. Phelan imparted upon them the wisdom and power needed to live in harmony with nature. Armed with this new knowledge about the Enchanted Forest, the children returned to their village. Their encounter with Phelan helped them understand on a deeper level that the forest was not just a place of adventure, but also a precious treasure that needed to be protected. The children shared what they had learned from Phelan with the other villagers, strengthening the bond between the village and the forest. Everyone now understood that the forest did not belong solely to them, but was a heritage to be preserved for future generations. In this way, Ella and her friends were hailed as the new guardians of the Enchanted Forest. Under their leadership, the friendship and respect between the village and the forest endured forever.